What is up, you guys? For today's video, we are going to be trying out the Colourpop Soul palette, and I know this palette is not a new one from Colourpop. However, it is new to me, and we are going to be doing our Colourpop Rainbow series, so I thought it would be really fun to try this one out. And if you'd like to see more videos of my Colourpop Rainbow series, I would really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button down below. And if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram account is @lethal_kitten. And truly though, like, if we're just like real talking it, what really caught my eye about this palette were these two shades right here. Like, oh my gosh, they are just so beautiful in person. One of these is like more of like a pinky kind of like orangey shade. It's called Motel. And then this matte orange shade, it is so beautiful in person. It is like almost like a fiery orangey, almost kind of like pinky shade. It is seriously so pretty. So I cannot wait to share with you guys the look that we are going to be creating today. But seriously though, I am just so excited to do this Colourpop series. Like, I have been planning it out for weeks. Like, no joke, you can ask any of my friends and even Mark and they'll tell you that I am super annoying about it. But Colourpop didn't have a yellow palette, so I was like, dang it, I cannot start it yet. And also, if you haven't already, I just did a full-on like tutorial and review using the Honey palette. So if you would like to see that, I will also link that in the description box down below for you. But either way though, we are going to be going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer. Seriously, I am obsessed. Like, no joke, I think I've used this in the last couple of my tutorials just because honestly it's just so good. And I'm just putting like about the pea-sized amount on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to go in with a little bit of a fluffy brush. Which eye do I want to go in? This one. And then I'm just going to be tapping it in. So once you have the primer applied and blended out, the first shade that we are going to be going in with is called New Digs. So with this shade, I'm just going to be applying it into my crease and doing little circular motions to blend it out towards my brow. I'm also using it to round out my outer V just a little bit. But like, I could see this shade being like one of those shades you could just like pop on the lid in the crease and call it like a day. It's seriously so pretty. It's like a kind of like orange, but yet neutral at the same time. But like, ooh, she is cute! Okay, am I going crazy, or did New Digs apply like way more orange on me? Like, it looks like creamsicle orange like on my eye, and then in the pan it kind of looks like more like a skin tone shade. Or am I just going like crazy? Because I feel like they look way different. Let me know in the comments down below like what you guys think. But either way though, the next shade that we are going to be going in with is called Ooh. It's O-O-O. I don't know how to say it, but this one honestly really catches my eye. Oh man, I am like so excited for this shade, like not gonna lie. I'm gonna be like so upset if it doesn't work because it is so pretty in the pan. And I'm just gonna take it and start fluffing it in my outer V. And I'm doing like little circular motions, and I'm only bringing it about halfway into my crease area. Otherwise, I'm really focusing it in this outer V because I want to do something a little bit different today. Or at least try to. Ooh, but bitch though, like, oh my god, that is pretty. It's almost like neon. Like, holy shit, that is gorgeous. Okay, but like, seriously, this shade is so pigmented. We need to take a second to appreciate it because I have barely used any product. And like, look at how bright it is. It's almost like a neon in a way. It's super cool. If you are into like neons, you would really love this shade. But like, also, like, look at how easy it has blended out. Like, sometimes these types of shades, they can get kind of chalky and they can get really weird when you start building them up and blending them out. But this one hasn't done it, but like, ooh, I'm just like really impressed with this one so far. So while I meticulously blend out my outer V on this eye, because your girl is super picky, let me know what your favorite drugstore products are right now. You know, like things that you can get at like a Walmart, Target, CVS, and Walgreens. Things that I can like pick up in person. You guys are really requesting for me to do more drugstore tutorials, and I'd be happy to do so. I just honestly don't know where to start. So let me know what your favorite products are that you would recommend to me, or let me know what products that you would like to see me use. Because honestly, there are so many options at the drugstore. I just don't know where to start, so if you could help me out, I would totally appreciate it. So I have like an idea in my head, and I have like no idea if this is gonna work out or not, but you know what, we're gonna try it anyways. So I'm gonna do like the lightest tap into Unwind, the deep kind of like brown shade in the palette, and a little bit of Ooh. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm just doing like a 1-to-1 ratio, but like super lightly with my brush. And then with these two mixed, I'm just going to be very, very lightly, like very lightly, applying them into my crease, doing like little circular motions, and I'm only going halfway in my crease as well. So I'm only applying it in the crease where that darker orange shade is. I'm just doing little circular motions. You want to be like super light with this too, because we don't want like brown eyeshadow in the crease. We just want like a little definition. And as you can see, like when I'm applying this, I have my hand like really far back on my brush to control my pressure so I don't apply too much shadow. As you can see though, like when I built these two shades up, you can see that they did give me a little bit of a harsh line right here in my crease, which is kind of tricky to blend out, but I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. I'm just taking that Ooh shade and I'm just going to do little circular motions right over that harsh line, just to try to soften it up and kind of get rid of it. And again, I'm using a different brush too. But you see what I mean though? It just doesn't want to budge, so I'm just gonna like kind of like finesse it and see if I can get it to where I want it to be. But seriously though, I am obsessed with this like whole like matte goodness that we have going on. Like I think it's just so crazy bright. I don't even think my camera's even doing it justice because like in person it is like super neon. But either way though, with that said, the next shade that we are going to be going in with is called Motel. It's kind of like a shimmery, kind of like pink, but it also has like a little bit of orange to it. Every time I open up this palette, it's like, Breyonna, use me. So we are going to be going in with that one. And then with the Sigma E55 Dampen, I'm just going to be packing this on the outer kind of half of my eye. On the lid, of course. I'm just really pressing this in. Ooh, that's actually, it's pretty, but I want it like a little bit more metallic, so I'm gonna wet my brush again to see if I can like really build it up. Oh yeah, so the more like you build it up, it definitely applies like way more metallic. Because like right now, I see like the true color of it, and oh my gosh, it is gorgeous. I really like it with this like orangey shade in the outer V. It is so pretty. So once you have Motel applied, the next shade that we are going to be going in with is called Floaties. It is the shimmery kind of orange shade in the palette. And then with a dampened brush, I'm just going to be applying this to the inner half of my lid. So I'm just going to apply a second layer, and I am using a dampened brush because it applies shimmers like way better. But I don't know if you guys are like this too, but like the first layer is just getting like that base color down, and then the second layer is the goodness layer, just like with this shadow. You get it like extra sparkly and it looks super pretty. But I don't know, like the more I look at this look, it literally looks like everything is the same. Like it just kind of looks, I don't know how to explain it, but there's like no definition, even though I did apply like more of that like brown shade to try to get it. And I don't know, like it's pretty, but like, I don't know. Like I just want like something else. Like I like a lot of definition and I like a lot of separation with my looks, and this one is definitely not doing it for me. But maybe like doing something different's good, but I don't know how I feel about it so far. So here's where I'm at right now with the look, and honestly it is kind of growing on me. Like at first I was like, ooh, I don't know if I like it, and then after I got that like second shimmer shade on in like the inner half of my eye, it made like the world of difference to me, and I really actually enjoy how it's turning out. Kind of gives me like high fashion vibes in a way. I think it's just a really cool look. It is definitely something I normally wouldn't do. I like more definition with my looks. I really love a good cut crease, but sometimes it's honestly just really fun to play around and just try it and experiment new things. And with that said though, off camera, I'm just going to kind of like clean things up a little bit and apply my foundation and all of that. Ooh, she's coming together. I seriously actually like how this look is turning out so far. And I also tried out a different liquid lipstick today. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Catherine. I've never used it before, but I actually really enjoy this shade with the orange on the eyes. I think it's a super pretty combination. But either way though, we are going to start working on the lower lash line. Let me grab my palette in front of me. But we are going to be going in with that first shade right here that we used on a Luxie 231 small tapered blending brush. And then we're just going to take that shade and start smoking it right underneath the lower lash line. I'm just doing back and forth motions too. I know it looks kind of dark down here and it looks kind of like weird, but once we get like mascara on and everything else, it'll look super nice. And then for the inner corner highlight today, we are going to be going in with one of my all-time favorites. And if you are not new to my channel, you already know I'm going to use. And that is the Colourpop Super Shock Highlighter in the shade Flexitarian. And girl, let me tell you, if you have not tried this, you need to. I am seriously so beyond obsessed with it. I have had it only 2 weeks. This is my first time ever trying it. And you can already see the dent I've made in it, which is insane. Like, I just cannot put this down. I use it like every time I do my makeup. I mean, like, look at this highlight. Like, I just, oh my gosh, I just love it so much. And then with my Luxie 217 pencil brush, I'm just going to be applying this into my inner corner and also bringing it underneath the inner tear duct area to open up the eye. But like, look at that highlight. Like, girl, like, it is just so good. It really added to this look too. I really love it. So here's the finished look using the Colourpop Soul Palette, and let me just tell you, when I was doing this look, I debated so many times if I was going to wash it off or not. I just wasn't feeling like the vibe it was giving me, and honestly, I just wasn't loving the look. However, I was like, you know what, we're just gonna push through, see what happens, because you never know. And truly, at the end of the day, I actually really enjoy how it turned out, and it just goes to show you sometimes you just want to like keep on pushing yourself and just see what happens. You may really enjoy how it turns out. So with that though, I do want to give you guys my thoughts and opinions about this palette, and first of which I do want to go over the packaging. If you have never seen one of the Colourpop monochromatic palettes, they all look very relatively similar. It's just kind of like the difference of the color of the plastic as well as like the text in here. And then when you open her up, you get a really nice mirror in these. I love the mirror so much. And then here are the 9 eyeshadows inside. However, formula-wise with this palette, I'm actually really impressed with them. There was only one shadow that gave me just a little bit of a problem, and that was this shade right here called Unwind. It's the deeper kind of like matte brown in the palette, and it gave me like a little bit of a like harsh line in my crease. However, at the end of the day, I was able to blend it out, so it's really not that big of a deal. It just took me a little bit extra time and a little bit more elbow grease to do so. Other than that shade though, the other mattes in here, oh my gosh, they are so nice. They're like other Colourpop mattes if you have ever tried them. They're super pigmented, super easy to build up and blend out. Literally are a dream to work with. And also the shimmers in this palette, oh my gosh, they are just so beautiful, especially when they're applied wet. They are just so metallic and gorgeous on the lid. So after using this palette, honestly, there is only one disadvantage to it, and that is there is like no inner corner highlight in here. I would have loved to see like a peachy, like a lighter peachy type of like shimmery shade. Oh my gosh, I would have been obsessed with it. You know, you could use it like in the inner corner, on the lid, underneath the brow bone. It would have been so beautiful. But either way though, I still think that the colors in here are super pretty. So when it comes down to it, would I recommend this palette to you guys? And honestly, I feel like if you like warm tone smoky eyes or like orange eyeshadow, you will really love the color story of this one. And I also want to say though too, a lot of these Colourpop monochromatic palettes, you can do like maybe like 1 or 2 different types of looks with them. However, with this one, I feel like you could do a lot more with it. Because like when you look at it, you get like this beautiful kind of like pinky orangey shade. You get some of these like bronzy type of golds. You get a lot of cooler like orange shades. I feel like you could just do a lot more with this one than a lot of the other monochromatic palettes, and because of that, I would highly recommend checking this one out. But yeah, so in the comments down below, let me know what your thoughts are on this look, and as always though, I would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below, and if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram account is @lethal_kitten. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and until next time, bye!